So picture this for a second, the most savage cartoon in television history. Yes, the one that's roasted presidents, billionaires, pop stars, even entire religions without blinking an eye. That show suddenly finds itself caught up in drama with none other than Meghan Markle. Yeah, that Meghan, the Duchess of Drama herself. Can you even believe it? Fans are saying Meghan came out looking completely hollow after that parody episode. Like stripped bare, no sparkle left, no carefully curated shine. People are claiming they finally saw her exactly for who she really is, and honey, the verdict wasn't pretty. Now, let's rewind for a moment. Season 26 of South Park, remember the worldwide privacy tour episode? That not-so-subtle roast of Meghan and Prince Harry. The one that had everyone talking for weeks? Oh, it was brutal, it was hilarious, it was iconic. And honestly, it made Meghan the butt of some of the sharpest jokes the show has ever written. Ever since then, word on the street is Meghan hasn't stopped fuming. But here's the thing, it wasn't just anger. If whispers from Hollywood insiders are to be believed, Meghan wasn't just sulking in Montecito. No, she's been making moves. Fast forward to now. Fans of South Park have been waiting over 2 years for season 27. Finally, it was about to drop. And then, boom, delayed just like that. The official excuse? Something about a corporate merger between Paramount Global and Skydance Media. Sure, but when you dig even a little deeper, the timing looks more than suspicious. Because here's where Meghan's fingerprints start popping up. She's been trying to cozy up to some major players at Paramount. I'm talking dinners, red carpet appearances, even flying all the way to Jamaica for the Bob Marley One Love movie premiere. Not because she's suddenly a reggae fangirl, but because Brian Robbins, co-CEO of Paramount Global, was there. And get this, Tracy Robbins, his wife, suddenly starts appearing all over Meghan's little lifestyle blog with Love, Meghan. Coincidence? Oh, please. And that's when smoke started looking a whole lot like fire. See, Paramount owns Comedy Central, the network that airs South Park. And wouldn't you know it? Right after Meghan gets all chummy with the Robbins family, South Park's new season mysteriously gets pushed back. Publicly, it's blamed on the merger. Privately, insiders are whispering about something far juicier. Because here's where it really gets wild. Paramount is now allegedly demanding editorial control over South Park. Let me say that again. The same South Park that's built its legacy on pushing boundaries, mocking everyone, and thriving on being untouchable, suddenly having to run jokes by corporate lawyers and PR teams. It's like putting a leash on a pit bull. And smack dab in the middle of this mess, Meghan Markle's sudden new friendship with the people who just happen to be pulling those strings. Coincidence? Please. Meanwhile, the internet has gone into absolute overdrive. Fans aren't just angry, they're getting creative. They're generating AI South Park skits, making memes by the dozen, and tearing Meghan apart online. One viral meme shows her twerking in a hospital bed surrounded by DJs. Another has Harry riding around Montecito on a tricycle holding a giant help sign. Brutal. But here's the thing, Meghan doesn't want to be a joke. She wants to be taken seriously, an entrepreneur, a founder, a tastemaker. The problem? Her actual resume screams otherwise. Failed podcasts, a Netflix deal that fizzled, 0 real business wins. The only thing she consistently delivers is meme material. And behind all this noise, what's happening at Paramount feels like a silent coup. There's this creeping influence, a quiet reshaping of how things are done. And Meghan? She's playing chess while everyone else is still fumbling with checkers. The kicker? Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park, aren't exactly strangers to controversy. They've survived celebrity meltdowns, lawsuits, even the wrath of entire religions. But this is different. Meghan didn't go at them directly. She didn't storm the gates. Instead, she cozied up to the gatekeepers. She buttered up the right people. And now, it feels like South Park isn't fighting an enemy head-on. It's being slowly smothered from the inside. And it's not just Trey and Matt feeling the squeeze. People inside the network are reportedly fed up too. Paramount's legal team has suddenly gotten way more hands-on. Scripts flagged, random meetings scheduled, last-minute reviews, it's chaos. And for South Park, a show that prided itself on rogue independence, this is unheard of. Suddenly, they're being treated like a liability. The merger is the perfect smokescreen, sure, but the timing, too suspicious. Meghan isn't even producing content for Paramount, she's still technically tied to Netflix. And yet, here she is, sniffing around other studios, possibly fishing for backup options. Brian Robbins, meanwhile, looks either complicit or completely played. Either way, it's not a good look. And here's the insult on top of injury. South Park is Paramount's crown jewel, their edgy comedy goldmine. Letting it rot on a shelf while appeasing an outsider? That's just bad business. Fans aren't blind either. Social media is lighting up with frustration information, free South Park hashtags, and endless mockery. People want answers. They want their show back. Instead, they're being fed vague excuses and silence. But fans, being fans, aren't waiting around. They've started creating entire fake trailers for season 27, uploading AI-generated episodes complete with voice clones and storylines. And some of them, they're hilarious. One skit shows Meghan breakdancing on a hospital bed while trying to give birth. Another has Harry pedaling a tricycle down Montecito streets with a desperate sign. Millions of views. Millions. And you just know, deep down, that's eating Meghan alive. Because remember, this was supposed to be her reinvention era. The wine company, the wellness blog, the Instagram rebrand, but the internet, not buying it. They still remember the Spotify debacle, the Archetypes podcast that evaporated into thin air, the endless string of failed projects. To them, it's a pattern. Every time Meghan launches something, it fizzles. Yet somehow, she still manages to secure meetings and opportunities. But that South Park parody, that was the turning point. Season 26, Episode 2, the one that roasted her and Harry so mercilessly, was the exact moment her shiny rebrand started to crack. The jokes were too sharp, too accurate, and way too public. Overnight, she wasn't just Meghan Markle, ex-royal or Hollywood hopeful. She was a meme, a walking punchline. And instead of brushing it off and laughing along, like the smart PR move, she allegedly took it personally and started pulling strings. And now, one of the most legendary satire teams in television history is being treated like a liability by its own network. Because here's the thing, South Park isn't just a cartoon, it's a cultural juggernaut. It's the show that survived angry celebrities, offended religions, and lawsuits that would make most networks crumble. It thrives on being untouchable. But now it's being dragged into boardrooms, buried under legal paperwork, and slowed down by whispers of one woman's influence. And that woman is Meghan Markle. Think about it. This is the same Meghan who built her brand on speaking truth to power, on being the brave voice who tells her story no matter who it offends. And now, suddenly, she's the one allegedly trying to silence critics, working behind the scenes to muzzle a satirical cartoon. The hypocrisy is almost too rich. South Park roasted her, not because she was royal, but because she acted like royalty while crying out for privacy. That was the gag. That was the punchline. It was parody, plain and simple, but instead of laughing along and showing she could take a joke, she allegedly doubled down, took it personal, pulled strings, and now Trey and Matt, two of the boldest voices in comedy, are being treated like interns in their own house. And honey, the fans see everything. They know this delay of season 27 isn't just some scheduling hiccup. No, it's a symbol, a flashing red warning sign that even the sharpest voices in media can be dulled if the right celebrity cozies up to the right executives. And if that's where we're headed, if late-night dinners, red carpet selfies, and curated friendships are enough to steer the direction of comedy, then what does that mean for the rest of media? But here's the kicker. This whole scheme could spectacularly backfire. Paramount is already under immense pressure. Mergers, lawsuits, internal drama, you name it. Their credibility hanging by a thread. And if fans even suspect that Meghan had anything to do with this delay, they're not just going to turn on her. They're going to turn on Paramount itself. And let's not forget Trey and Matt. These aren't two guys you can push around. They've hinted before at legal pushback, at walking away, at taking their brilliance somewhere else. If Paramount keeps forcing their hand, if the interference keeps growing, what's stopping them from jumping ship? Imagine South Park finding a new platform, one that lets them air unfiltered, unrestricted. That wouldn't just be a win for Trey and Matt, that would be Paramount's biggest loss yet. Meanwhile, Meghan's over here, busy curating her lifestyle image, selling overpriced wine bottles with delivery dates that keep slipping, posting testimonials that look faker than a Hollywood smile, pushing cringe content that screams, "Try hard." And the internet? They're eating her alive. One viral animation shows her barging into a hospital room, demanding a DJ and strobe lights mid-delivery. Another meme has King Charles and Prince William watching South Park clips in horror, shaking their heads at what she's turned the monarchy into. There's even one where Harry's working at a car wash while Meghan launches a glitter and tears skincare line. It's absurd, it's over the top, and yet it feels weirdly believable. And that's the danger. Once you've become a meme, you're not just a celebrity anymore. You're a punchline. And no PR firm, no influencer partnership, no carefully staged photo shoot can undo that. But let's be real, this is exactly what's driving Meghan mad. She wanted her reinvention era. She wanted to rise from the ashes of the Spotify flop, the Archetypes disaster, the endless brand failures. But instead, the internet keeps circling back to the same story, Meghan Markle, the woman who couldn't take a joke, and worse, South Park isn't even fighting back directly. They don't need to. The fans are already doing it for them. Every meme, every AI-generated skit, every laugh at Meghan's expense just fuels the fire. She wanted to control the narrative. Instead, she's become trapped in one. Behind the scenes, creators are reportedly furious. Furious that their new season is sitting on a shelf, collecting dust, while execs dance around red carpets and wine tastings. Furious that their content, the content that's never been censored before, is suddenly being reviewed and flagged like it's some rookie sitcom. This isn't just interference, this is betrayal. And let's not forget, Trey and Matt have options. They're not tied to Paramount forever. If pushed too far, they could walk. And if they do, fans will follow. Another platform would scoop them up in seconds, and Paramount would be left holding nothing but Meghan's empty promises and half-baked brand partnerships. Because in the end, Meghan's attempts to silence South Park are only making the show louder. Every move she makes to control the story paints her as desperate. Every delay raises more suspicion. Every meme turns her into a bigger punchline. South Park doesn't need to clap back with lawsuits or Twitter feuds. They've got something better. Millions of fans who won't stop laughing. And as long as the internet's in on the joke, Meghan can't win. So what's the real lesson here? Meghan Markle might think she's playing chess, but in reality, she's just fueling the fire, turning herself into the very thing she's been running from all along, a caricature. The irony is brutal. She wanted reinvention. She wanted respect. But now, she's the Duchess who tried to sue a cartoon, the woman who thought she could outmaneuver satire. And in the court of public opinion, she's already lost. Because let's face it, Meghan didn't silence South Park, she supercharged them, and no amount of carefully staged dinners, Hollywood friendships, or Instagram filters can change that. And when the dust finally settles, when season 27 drops, whether it's tomorrow, next year, or on another platform entirely, Meghan won't just be mocked, she'll be immortalized. Immortalized as the public figure who thought she could muzzle the most savage cartoon in history. And spoiler alert, that's a battle she was never going to win.